Hello, welcome to Grandpa Vlog edition number 6. The topic today I want to talk about is about the concept of, redundancy. I recently had lunch with an old friend, and she was telling me her challenges about how her husband, in a very unique industry, was retrenched and how he could not find another job. The reality is that he knew for several years that the industry he was in was very specific and unique, and that there were very few players or employers in the industry in Singapore. He, however, did not think that he would be retrenched, thinking that being good in his job, being able to constantly deliver what the company wanted, was sufficient for him to stay employed. However, external factors impacted it, and the company decided that it was no longer viable to be based in Singapore. So when the company relocated, naturally he was retrenched. Of course, he had got some retrenchment benefits, but of course, at the end of the day, money that does not generate will eventually finish. He was eventually had no options, had no choice, and he had to move to another country to continue working. So my point or lesson I want to share with many of you today is that being good in our jobs, continuing to deliver, is of course an important way to stay employed and stay employed. However, the concept of continued employability goes beyond being good at your job. You see, external factors matters. With technology, with the proliferation of Gen AI, industries are being disrupted. So while you may be good and you may be employed, the ultimate factor of employability, whether the industry still stays as it is, whether the industry is still relevant, will play a much bigger role of whether or not you can continue to be employed. So my friends, let's not forget the concept about employability. It is important for us to continually work at staying relevant, and being relevant means retooling, reskilling, understanding where the markets are moving, where the industry are moving, and understanding which are sunset industries which you should quickly pivot out of. The best time to pivot is always before it is needed. So what I mean by that is that the best time to pivot is to prepare early, before you are forced out, before you are retrenched, and you do not have the time pressure in which to seek another job. So remember, employment is one aspect. Being good at your job is important, but not the only, or rather it's not a surefire way to stay employed, because the concept of employability comes into play. So remember that, my friends. Don't rely on being purely good at your job to stay employed, because there's a concept or the issue of employability that also matters.